It's all right, Sean. I'll stand like that.
Go that way.
That way. Other way. There. Sean's like he's in a yoga pose now. He's like that. Trying to hold it straight. Bless you. Welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be a day. See, it'll come back now. Look, watch. It's coming back straight. Just keep it still. There you go. It'll come back on its own. I'll straighten up like that. Welcome to Tuesday here at Highlight Crafts and Live Shopping. We've got Sean on cameras this morning.
There we go.
There he is. We've got Andrew in the producer's seat.
Hello.
And you've got me on my own for an hour, scan and cut. Right, let me cover off the housekeeping and then we can get stuck in because I've got some cool stuff to show you today, which is very exciting. Right, first of all, where can you watch us? So you can watch us on YouTube, so you can put us on your TV, which I think is fabulous. You can also watch us on Facebook, Instagram and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product and that product will have a code, and all you need to do is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically pop that item into a basket for you. It's very clever. Then we're going to send you a direct message, and in that message you will find a link. Click the link and that will take you to our website where you need to log into your account and then check out your baskets. Now, if you're brand new to us and you haven't opened an account, first of all, welcome. But secondly, please go and open one because it's free to do so, which to be fair you would expect, but it automatically and also for free makes you a member of Club Highlight, and that means that you will get extra discount on every single order that you place with us. You'll also get loyalty points for every single £1 that you spend, and on a basket spend over £35 we'll pay the postage for you. So after your discounts, if that basket total is £35 or more, we'll cover the postage instead of you paying it. So it's all the good stuff, none of the fees, which is fantastic, right? Now, if you prefer, like me, to shop on the website, you can also do that. Just go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as that show starts to stream, all the items will open up down the right-hand side of your screen. You then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will go into a little red shopping bag that will also appear at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, click on that, and that will take you through that process. Also, just before you check out, have a look around the website because we've got Outlet, we've got extra deals, we've got discounts, there's all sorts going on there, so check that out as well. Now then, if you're worried about missing shows, we can send you a little notification when we go live. All you need to do is type live into the comments underneath the video, and that will give us permission to do that. And if you really, really, really don't want to miss out, you can shop ahead from midnight. So all the deals will open up for that particular day. Right, let's say good morning to a few of you. I'm going to start at the bottom and then, wow, there's loads of you. Good grief. Janet, Barbara, Lorraine's with us, Ria's with us, Karen, Deborah, Sue, Faye, Lorraine. Love 3 hours of scan and cut on a Tuesday, says Lorraine. Yep, absolutely. Then we've got loads of you. Rachel, Mitch, Veronica, Tracy, different Rachel, Chris. We've got Avril. We've got, loads of you joining us. Ian's with us this morning. We've got Bonnie with us this morning from Michigan. Morning. Look at that, all the way from Michigan. That's exciting, isn't it? And then we've got Mel. Mel, can you put a design my scanner's workspace? Sent it my scan and cut. The design didn't come up, but happy birthday did. Okay, I need a bit more information, Lorraine. Can you send me a screenshot? Is that all right? She says, Mel, please can you help? I designed something in Canvas Workspace, sent it to my scan and cut. The design didn't come up, but Happy Birthday did, that I designed weeks ago 7 times. Oh, I sent the design across and 7 times I got Happy Birthday. Do you know if there's a glitch on Canvas, please? I don't think there is at the moment, but I will investigate. Just make sure that I don't know, I need to think about that one a bit more. Just message me directly, Lorraine, Mel at Highlight Crafts, and we'll have a look. And then I can always contact Brother if I need to this afternoon. Right, shall we get stuck in? Because we've got a brand new download for you, and it's lovely. Now, a few months ago, we did some dies, which were a gift with purchase. Okay, so you spent so much and you got a free die. Now, we said that there would never be dies to sell. There would always just be the giveaway. Well, We've done them as SVG files because they're not dies, and they're fabulous. So you're going to get the Bird of Paradise, the Edelweiss, the Marigold, the Primrose, and With Love. So you're getting all your artwork. So when we bring you SVG files like this, you're going to get all the artwork in 3 different sizes and the files in 3 different sizes. Then we give you all the reverse of that. So if you do want to put them back to back or create symmetry, you can do that as well. Then we also give you decoupage layers. So instead of having to cut loads out and snip into them, we give you all the layers for the decoupage, which is super, super, super cool. Then on top of that, we also give you the detailed designs. So you can use the detailed designs to foil on top of the reflections. So you get that really wow pop of that foil coming through. And it's just a brilliant way to play around with your files, and that's what we're going to do today. I've just come up with a thing. It's going to be really cool, so we'll do that as we go throughout the day. So you're going to get all of that. Shop Love $14.99. Now we all love our florals, and I think these are going to be fabulous, and even down to this one you get the artwork for that, plus With All My Love, With All Our Love, which is lovely because you can split that sentiment if you want, or you could just use it with the detailed designs on something like your vellum, which will be lovely. So if you want those, it's Shop Love and it's $14.99. Now remember, as a club member, you'll pay less than that, and because it's a digital download, you won't pay any postage. So you could be crafting along with this with me at 12 o'clock if you check out your baskets. How cool is that? Good, isn't it? This is what we're going to work with today. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you, Andrew, I'm going to jump to the digital craftorium if that's all right, because this was in outlet, right, and we've done it at the same price for you that it was at outlet. Now, I'll be honest with you, we've got 8 of them as a USB, 7 of them as a USB, and then after that it's going to a digital download, which you might prefer. Okay, so we'll put the details on the screen for you for that as well. And the reason I wanted to bring this one is because because of the card shapes. So all of these label shapes. So you're going to get all of these. So 6x6, 7x7, 8x8, A6, DL and tall slim. But of course you can make them any size you want to. And I'm going to show you how to take something like that and make it so that it is slimmer without separating the height and the width. It's really cool, okay? Because then you can make all sorts of different shapes out of these, which is brilliant. So you're going to get all of those as shapes. Now, when we talk about card shapes, you then have that shape in over 250 different sizes. You have that shape, same. You have that shape, same. And that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. You take those two, rotate one and weld them together, you've got a brand new shape. So this USB or digital download is absolutely worth its weight in gold. Right, second thing you get is artwork like this. So the trains, the different patterns that you've got in there, but all of this nautical elements in here. You've got Up, Up and Away with the blimps and the hot air balloons. You've also got this one for the children with all the little trucks. So you're getting lots of artwork on here as well, which is fabulous, okay? But this is the reason why I wanted this on the show, because we bought you patterns last week, didn't we, with designer boxes. Now, if you're buying this, you can put any of these patterns in any of those panels on those boxes. But you can also use the patterns from the boxes for what we're going to do today. So I'm trying to build you a digital library of different designs. Every one of these is a foiling design, a cutting design. Imagine these on your parchment. They're going to look beautiful, embossed. But also, if you've got your paper piercing kit, a lot of these are going to work really, really well with that. So that was another reason I wanted to bring you this. And then to match all the printable artwork, so all the reflections, we've also given you all the backgrounds with almost like a watercolour background on there as well. So all of that for £12.50. Seriously, that is incredible value for money. And we're going to use it in all 3 shows today. Okay, and I'm really excited about that because you've got what, 5 by 6, that's 30 times 250, that's 7,000, hang on, no, 75,000 different sizes just on that one sheet. It's mad, isn't it? Isn't it crazy? Right, now then, I'm going to come back to some other stuff, but I want to talk to you about the machines because we've had quite a lot of you buying the SDX machine, the 1200, and we've had a few of you buying the Disney machine this week as well. So I just want to talk to you about the Disney one, and then we'll do the SDX 1200 later on. So I need to tell you, I've written it all out. Look at this lot. I know, I have to do my maths. So in the box, you're going to get a low tack mat and a standard mat. You're also going to get your fabric blade and your housing, your auto blade. You're also going to get your regular auto blade, the one that comes as standard. You also get your little pen holder and your pens from Brother. And then you also get the calligraphy starter kit, which is brilliant. So you get 3 pens, black, red and blue, but it will take, if you've got the Zig Kuretake calligraphy pens, it'll take those. You get the holder, the pen holder, and then in Canvas Workspace you get a full font and you get some sentiments. So it's a really, really comprehensive kit. And I went to Brother and said, could we do like a universal pen holder, but the one that locks at 45 degrees? Because that's the angle that you hold your pen at when you're doing your calligraphy. So they went away and came up with the calligraphy starter kit and decided that they'd bundle it with the Disney, which is brilliant. So that's worth, I think that's about £70 on its own. So that's great. Now then, inside the machine's memory, you get 152 Disney designs. You also get 1,163 shapes. You get 17 full fonts and 140 quilt blocks. So if you're a sewer, this is going to be brilliant. Now, one thing I will say about the Disney designs is you can resize them, but you can't manipulate them in any other way because it's Disney, okay? And you also can't make and sell with your Disney designs, but you can gift them. So instead of going out and buying a present for a little one, you can make it, okay? Now, on the Brother website right now, £777.77. I know, no idea why it's that price because that's a really strange number, isn't it? However, with us today, you're paying £549. Okay, which is a cracking price. You're saving from the Brother website £228.77. Then, if you're in Tier 1, which gives you 5% discount, your discount will bring that price down to £522.49. And then we're going to give you your points back, which were £26.12 credited back to your account in a couple of weeks. So the final total for your Disney machine is £496.37, and we'll pay the postage. That, under £500 for a Disney machine, is incredible. We've only got 3. We've only got 3. Okay, so if you want that, grab it and put it in your basket and get it checked out. Right, let's go back to some cardstock now, shall we? So darks and lights, I get asked all the time what's the best cardstock to use on your ScanNCut. First of all, it doesn't really matter what weight it is as long as you're not going over like 1 mil thick. But I do like you to use a solid core. And the reason for that is if you've got a piece of card like this and when you tear it, it's white inside, that white has been made with chalk. And chalk is abrasive and it will blunt your blades quicker. Okay, so solid core cardstock is always a good one. Now, when you're matting and layering, you don't need a heavyweight card. This is 180 GSM, and this will be lovely for your Christmas because you've got your dark browns in there, you've got your really lovely rich greens, and then you've got 2 different reds, one that's like a candy apple and one that's deeper and darker. They're really, really fabulous cardstock. This is what we use. This is what I used in the classes last week, etc, etc. This is what I use more often than not when I'm doing stuff on ScanNCut. So if you want that shop dark, you're getting 50 sheets, £27.99. We haven't got a lot of this left either, and we reordered it last week. If you'd like your light, so you want something to take you from those really soft pastel tones, we've got even less of that. You've got baby pink in here, you've got your lilac, you've got your deeper purple, and now you go into your sorbet colours. Look how beautiful these are. I know, Andrew. Sorbet. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Shop light, £27.99 for that one. Now then, we also have some glitter card, and we're bringing you this. We have to keep restocking this because you keep buying it, and I'm not surprised because it's absolutely lovely. The colour palette on this is really quite delicious and quite different to some of the glitter cards that I've seen out on the marketplace. So non-shed, Obviously, we don't want to put any glitter card that sheds anywhere near our ScanNCut, please, because it's not good for it. But look, no matter where I rub, look, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't believe you. Oh, yeah.
Rude. You don't believe me. Cheeky little devil. He's in one of those moods today, but unfortunately for him, so am I. Right, if you want the glitter card, ironically, the code is Shop Shed, even though it doesn't, right? I read an article the other day about one of the pound shops being sold to an American company. Do you know how much it was sold for?
£1.
£1. And that's not funny, but it just made me, you know, one of the ironic things in life that properly made me laugh. Right, so if you want your non-shed glitter card, type Shop Shed. $9.99 for 10 sheets. Now then, we also have Mylar on the show, and the reason I had asked for this to be put on is because of those patterns, because every single one of those can be a stencil.
The USB is fully allocated.
Okay,
So
downloads now.
The same thing, but on the download.
There you are, same thing, but on a download. There you go. Right, so all of those, all 30 of them, you can cut out of your Mylar on your ScanNCut. Now, a little tip for you. When you cut in Mylar, we've chosen the perfect weight for your ScanNCut, okay? So that's brilliant. What I want you to do is make sure that your mat is nice and tacky with pin flare stencil glue. And we had a whole conversation about this last week in the office because the brother mats don't last long enough. It can literally be 6 or 7 cuts, 6 or 7 times of changing it, and they start to, don't lose their tack, but the tack that they put on it isn't, it's sticky, but I want it to be tacky. So the pin flare stencil glue, even if I'm buying a new mat, a new low tack mat, I'll still re-tack it first. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's the best way to do it. If I could get brother to make them with no adhesive on and you just tack your own, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Okay, so I want you to make sure that your mat's nice and sticky. Then in your settings, so in the little spanner on the home screen, I want you to set the cut amount, which is the blade depth, to 0.5 millimeters. And that means that it will cut through that Mylar in one pass, because you've got plastic on a plastic mat with a moving blade and a moving platform. If that shifts even a fraction of a millimetre, it won't then cut in exactly the same place. By taking it off auto and putting it to 0.5 mil, you're setting that to cut half a mil through, and that isn't half a mil thick, but it will absolutely give you that perfect cut. So if you want that, shop Mylar. Yeah, 10 sheets for $14.99. Yes, Andrew. No? Go on.
Digital Craftorium Card Makers Compendium Volume 2 has 5 free videos on YouTube.
5 free videos on
link it
YouTube.
in the comments.
Andrew's going to put a link in the comments. 5 free videos. Right? Good, aren't we? I know. Right, now then. If you ever wonder what I print my reflections on, it is this. Now you're going to get 100 sheets. It's 140 GSM, and the reason I use a lighter weight is because first of all, we bring you decoupage. So you don't want that thick white edge of cutting through 250 because that's all you'll see. And it's a fabulous, fabulous paper to go on your ScanNCut. Now, please don't put the premium pure print anywhere near your mats because it loves it and it doesn't want to give it you back. I know. So this is the one that I use day in, day out. Okay, it's got its own drawer in the office printer, and I just send it to that tray and it prints over and over and over again. So 140 regular pure print is what I print on all the time. Right, now then, we've got some pens for you. Oh, this makes my heart sing this. Are you ready? I love this set. Amanda and I brought it last week and I was like, please can I have that on the ScanNCut show? And I'll tell you why. So first of all, you're getting 120 pens, okay? You even get spare nibs, and you'll see that the nibs are 2 different types, because on one end you've got a brush and on the other end you've got a fine liner. So basically you're getting 120 pens, 120 brush tip pens, right? And then you're also going to get 120 fine liners. Now, if you only ever use the fine liner end, all the ink isn't split in the barrel. So you'll be able to use it until that runs out. It's good that, Andrew.
Even
made Andrew turn around that.
I didn't realise there were fine liners as well.
Oh yes, but yeah, because normally you get a chisel, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at that! How fabulous is that? All that colour. All that colour. Now then, these will go into your universal pen holder. Just putting that out there. Shop Jewel, $39.99 is going to get you 120 pens. Excuse me. With that dual-ended brush tip, we're getting excited. Brush tip and then the fine liner. Even I don't own that many fine liners, and I own a lot. Let me tell you, a lot. This is brilliant, and I even like the fact that they've gone to the attention to detail to put the little strap on, so if it's on your shelf, you can just pull it out with the strap. Oh, I apologise. Just let me have a quick drink. Bear with. So, if you want that little lot, and why would you not? Even our Sam yesterday said her brother, who doesn't craft, has started colouring in because it switches off your head. Okay, can't make any medical claims, obviously, but it switches off your head because you have to focus on it. So she was thinking about buying these for him, which would be a perfect kit. Right, we do have more pens for you. So if you want that one at Shop Jewel, and it's $39.99. Remember, you'll get your discount off that. Just divide $39.99 by 240 for me, because that's the amount of nibs you've got.
£17p.
17 pence per end, so 34 pence a pen. Right, I know, mad. Now then, we also have these, and these are your gel pens. So you're going to get your opaques, your metallics, your fluorescents, and your glitters in here as well. This is a fabulous set. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shop pen, $29.99 will get you that little lot. How fabulous is that? Right, I'm going to go and do a demo now, and then we're going to come back and talk about the SDX 1200 because that might be the one that you prefer. Okay, we've got a different deal on that for you as well. Go on.
Tracy K has asked, she purchased the decoupage paper.
Sorry,
can
Sean.
it be used on the ScanNCut?
Yes, it can. Decoupage paper can be used on the ScanNCut, absolutely. Mitch says, yes, I have used the glitter card. I bought it as I like the grown-up colours. Yeah, I get that, Mitch. That's a good one. I like that, as it isn't as brash as some colours out there. It's much more elegant and stylish. It cuts wonderfully on the ScanNCut, and there's definitely no shedding. There you go. Right, Christine says, I'm hoping that the ScanNCut master may be able to help me. Oh, I don't know, I don't think he's in today. I got the Silent Night SVG download and I cannot find the Over the Edge die files. Right, okay, so when we do Over the Edge for ScanNCut, so when you get Over the Edge in your dies, it's a split die. So when it cuts in, it cuts a line. The reason we don't do that for ScanNCut is because you can't weld a line to a shape because it's a line. So all you use is the outside edge of a reflection cut and you weld that to the square so it becomes over the edge. Does that make sense? I hope so. Actually, we're going to do something very similar to that in one of the shows. Probably I'm going to say 6 o'clock tonight because it's a really cool thing and I've just discovered it and I'm very excited. So stay tuned for the shows and I'll show you exactly how that works. So you go to your reflections, take the file, take the whole thing, overlap it to the point you want it to be overlapped at, weld it to the square, and then you get that fancy edge. You can also do it at the top for a header, and I'm going to show you how you do it as a gatefold as well. Right, I'm just going to grab, stay there, Sean, I'm coming back. Poor Sean had 2 of us yesterday. Me and Amanda didn't know where to look first. Right, so I thought we would make, I've got anniversaries in my head this week because it's our silver wedding next Monday. So I've got anniversary. Right, so what I wanted to do with this was use one of the label shapes for in here. And I used, which one did I use? Oh no, I've forgotten which one I used. This one, right, there, where are you? Not that one, where are you? Where have you gone? Come on, where are you? Is it that one? That one. Well done, Sean. See, every house needs a Sean. Right, so we're going to import that first of all. Okay, so I'm going to do it like we would do it on a CM machine because I'm not leaving you guys behind at all. So I've got my USB and I've got my files on my USB. So I'm going to choose File, and that will open up your computer, and I'm going to go to Card Shapes. Oh, hang on. 7 by 7, and I want number 1. There we go. Right, so this gives you the shape and its mats and layers. All right, so let me move that one out the way and get rid of those two. So that's my mat and my card blank, if that's what I want it to be. But what I want to do is put a pattern inside this panel from that download, but I don't want the outside edge, and I don't want it to be square, I want it to be rectangular. So first thing I'm going to do is right click and duplicate that shape. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to work into. These mice have a little mind of their own. It was the same with Stephanie last night, it was running away. Right, I'm going to bring this in. Now, if we just do that, you will see how the scallops change. So from that scallop to that scallop. Doesn't look nice, does it? No, I'm funny about stuff like that. If you've just done the latest club class, you'll know, because I taught you how to do a word book and keep all the holes lined up perfectly. I know I can't do with it. So what we're going to do is change this into a rectangle, but in a different way, because we can't just drag it. It doesn't make sense. So, or it doesn't look right. So we're going to bring in a square and we're going to split the shape. Oh, what is it with these mice? Split the shape. So I'm going to make it taller, doesn't matter how tall, and I'm going to make it slightly wider. And then what I'm going to do is grab this shape, and that point at the top there and the little dot at the bottom is what I'm going to line up with the right hand side of that rectangle. So I'm going to position that in the middle. It doesn't matter whether it's got space here or here, because that's irrelevant. Okay, and what we're going to do is grab both of these, and we're going, what's wrong with these mice? It's driving me crazy. We're going to let me just undo that. Why is this happening? Undo. Right, let's grab both of those. We're going to grab both of those like that. We're going to divide it. Oh no, I need to do this bit again because that's not in the right place now, is it? Let's move that to there, nudge it over, grab both. I can't select all because I'm not using the other shapes. And then let's go to edit and let's split that file. So we're going to divide it. Right, so it punches that rectangle through that shape. Now you've got another shape there as well. So if you wanted to make an aperture as a gatefold, you can do that. Right, now then, what I want to do is take this, because it's split that shape in half now, which is cool, because you could rotate that and weld it to the top and you've got a header. But what we want to do is grab this shape and we're going to overlap it. Come on, mouse, what are you doing? Right there. So we're going to overlap it as far as we can go without affecting those scallops. Then we're going to select both of those and we're going to align them to either the top or the bottom, doesn't matter, okay? And now while they're overlapped, we're going to weld those together. So we're changing that shape. But that scallop, that original scallop, has stayed exactly the same, look at that. So when I put that inside there, when I finish doing what I'm doing, it's going to match, and that's what we want. But I still want it even more. So I'm going to put that one that was the square in the bin, and we're going to bring in another square like that. And we're going to pull this down. We're going to stretch this out because I want it even narrower still. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to click on that one, move it across so that those 2 points, top and bottom, line up with that vertical line on the right hand side of that rectangle. Grab both again, edit and divide, and that's going to split that shape. Okay, put that one in the bin, and then I'm going to pick this one up and move it over to there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab both of those, go to edit and weld it together, and just have a quick look. Oh, hang on, no, I'm going to undo that because I've got little notches. If I zoom in, you can see this little notch there. That means I've gone over too far and I don't want to do that. So let's undo it. And then we can move this side a bit further back like that, so it doesn't quite cover that scallop. Okay, you can always do it again if you're still not happy with it. And always remember, which I didn't, to align it to the top of the bottom. And then when you've got those two, we're going to weld them together, because welding is just digitally gluing. Okay, and then you've got your panel. Okay, so that's how we made the panel that works perfectly with that edge. You see how those scallops still work perfectly together? Lovely. Right, now then, we're going to make it a little bit shorter as well, so we can split it the other way if we want to. So we're going to bring on a square, stretch it out this way, bring it down to the bottom or the middle like that, drag it over, and then we're going to click on this and we're going to line that up so those 2 points are in the middle of that line. And then we're going to drag both of those, we're going to go to edit and divide, and we're going to split it this way. So a shape isn't just a shape, all right? We can make a shape, do whatever you want it to do, more often than not. Then I'm going to click on that and I'm going to move that up slightly, okay? And this time I'm going to align it centrally vertically, all right? So that it's lined up perfectly. You could do left or right if that makes more sense in your head. But now I've got the perfect shape to sit, good grief, inside there like that, okay? Fabulous, isn't it? Love that. Right, so what I want to do now, this is going to be my outside edge, but what I want to do is put a pattern inside. So if I right click and duplicate that, I'm going to move this one out of the way. This one, I'm going to create a 3mm inward offset. So to do that, we go to edit, we go to our 2 concentric circles, we make sure that that is down to 3mm. We want it inward because we want it smaller, and we want to delete the original because we've already duplicated it, so we don't need to keep it. And now I've got my perfect matte layer. So now I've got that, I'm going to bring in a pattern from the Digital Craftorium download. So if I go to SVG up here, go back to choose file, that's going to open up my computer again, and this time we're going to patterns, and I'm going to choose number 21. What?
Pens are
Gone.
fully allocated.
Wow.
That means I can't have any, but that's fine.
My pens. I'll see if Stephanie can get some more. We'll find out. We'll find out, see if we can get some more. Well done if you've got those. That's a cracking deal. Right, 21. So I'm going to click on that. You'll see it says 21 SVG, and we're just going to press OK, and that's going to open up that pattern. Now what I want to do is put that pattern inside that panel. Okay, now I've done this quite a lot, so if you've seen this before, I apologise, but we get new people all the time, so I have to cater to everybody, I'm afraid. Right, so, well, I'm not afraid, I like it. So we're going to, oh, mouse, what's going on? Maybe I'm too quick. We're going to, I need to have a look at this mouse after, Sean. Why is it doing that?
They were very cheap mice.
Oh. I love your honesty, Sean. He went, they were very cheap mice. No, they weren't. Were they from a pound shop? Good grief.
It was that one that American bought.
If I buy a proper mouse, can I put it in this? Okay, thank you. Edit and divide, because Stephanie had the same thing last night with Minecraft Studio. She's chasing it all over the page. It's funny. Right, so we've divided it. Let me just do that again. Sorry, because I didn't really think about that very much, did I? So we're going to grab, oh, should have just stuck with it, Melanie. Right, we're going to left click and drag over all of that. Has the TV gone off, Sean?
No, it's still there.
Oh, I thought you were looking, I thought you were trying to get Andrew's attention. This is doing my head in. Right. You're going to look for a mouse for me? Oh, good man. Because this is driving me crazy.
Use the touchpad.
How can I, do I just switch it on? Oh, that's much easier. There we go, look at that. Boom. Brilliant. Now that one is slightly out, so I need to undo that for some reason, because that's moved that shape. Yeah, it has, it's moved that shape there. Right.
Question.
Let me get rid of all this first, and then I'll bring it back in. So let me just do
my
this.
My Canvas workspace is different to yours on my computer.
It is?
Is there an update?
No, there isn't an update. This is the web app version. So we do a, they do a web app version, which is the one that I work in. Thank you, Sean. Oh, it's sorting it out. I love it, Sean. You do cameras every hour, Sean. Oh yeah, oh look at that, brilliant. Thank you, darling, that's massive help. Right, so just remember, oh, yours looks different. So you're using the downloadable version, which looks a bit more like a graphics program with all the drop-down menus. Now, I haven't really got to grips with this, and I'm going to say I'm off next week, but I'm not going to have a look at it then either, because I'm having a week off. But I will have a look at it, but that's why. So if you go to type in Canvas Workspace web app version, if it asks you to download it, don't download, okay? Because that will put it on your computer. This is the one that you use in the cloud, and it's much easier to navigate, I find, as a beginner. So we're going to go to edit and we're going to divide it. Now divide is like a digital punch. So I'm saying this again because we've had loads of people buy ScanNCut recently and this is probably their first time learning this. So if I just come off that for a minute, the ScanNCut sees that as a square with all the pieces sat on top of it. What divide does is it acts like a digital punch and it punches all those pieces through that square. So you can then use the waste, but you've then got a shape that you can weld to and put that pattern into different panels. Now, the reason that we don't do dividing is what a graphic designer would call compounding. And if the graphic designers compounded that design, so they on their computer digitally punched it through, you can't ungroup one shape because it's one shape, if that makes sense. So you wouldn't be able to get to all that detail. And personally, as a crafter, I want to get to all that detail because that's the fun bit, because I can start to manipulate that and make lots of different things with it. So that's why we don't compound them. If you've got something like Cricut, they have to be compounded. Otherwise, it splits it into layers, okay? So to do this, we go to edit, and at the bottom, we're processing the overlap, and we're going to divide. And that's going to punch all those pieces through that square for us, which is brilliant, okay? So then we're going to move that out of the way. This is now all your waste bit. So right here, for example, you can see those 4 petals and that center. You could make a whole stencil out of that, but you couldn't if we compounded them for you. So I'm just going to get rid of all that. And what we're going to do now is bring back in this pattern. And we're going to bring back in this shape because I want to put that pattern in that shape, okay? And this is why we've brought you loads of patterns in the past. And this is why I wanted that digital craftorium now as a download on the show for you, because the more patterns you have, the more opportunities you have with the files that you already own, like the designer boxes, like the all about boxes. So basically you're getting 30 pattern panels that you can put in any panel. You're also going to get 30 stencils, 30 drawing designs, foiling, embossing and paper piercing for £12.50, plus all your card shapes, plus all of that artwork. It's phenomenal. Right, so to do this, I don't want to punch the shape into the pattern. I want to punch the pattern into the shape. So the pattern needs to be on top. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to send the shape to the back. Now, just so that you know, absolutely nothing changes on your screen when you do that. So don't expect it to, because I kept doing it over and over and over again. I was like, why is it not doing it? It is. And the way to know that it's doing it is if I go on here now and click where that should, of course it did. Of course it justified me. If I now click off and click on there, it just selects the square because the shape is behind it. So now when we select both of these, we're going to punch that into there, but we're going to do it slightly differently. We do it with remove overlap. Okay, and what this does is punch that pattern into that shape. So when I move that, I've then got that pattern in that panel. Then I bring this back in, and if you want to cut that pattern out of your card, so you want to stick it on top of your card, you do this. So you edit and you align it centrally, vertically and horizontally, and that will cut out. Okay, so now you can use that as your card shape if you want to. For this particular project, I don't want the outside edge, I just want the detail, but I wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to bring this back in, and that is now going to fit perfectly, even without that outer edge, and I'm going to align it so it's aligned centrally, horizontally, so I know it's central to the height of that. And then I'm just going to nudge it over. Now that's come on top now, so I need to send it to the back. Click on that, and then I can move that around. And what I'm looking at here is the distance between the base of that shape and the bottom of the pattern, and the top of that shape and the top of that pattern. And I'm trying to make sure that the edge of that shape to the edge of the edge of the pattern to the edge of the shape is roughly the same amount, so it sits nicely inside the card shape. So I wanted to show you that because I thought that was really, really cool. And I thought just splitting that shape to make it narrower or shorter rather than just dragging it in, because then you lose that curve, which is fabulous. Right, so let's build the card, shall we? Andrew, is there anything you need me to recap first?
Maybe the With Love floral collection.
All right, let's go back and do that now as the new download, because we're going to use this to decorate that card. So the brand new downloads today. Now then, if you bought, I can't remember how long ago it is now, but if you bought a product on a certain day, we did a gift with purchase as a die, and we said that the dies would never be sold separately, and they never will. But, a bit sneaky, I know, but we've got them as SVG files, because I didn't want you to miss out, because if you bought the product, you wouldn't have wanted a die because you're a ScanNCut user, unless you do both. But either way, so you're going to get your Bird of Paradise. Now there's another collection coming out this week that's quite tropical. Can you remember what it's called, Sean? Lily was working on it yesterday, so that would work perfectly with that. It's rice papers. That'll work perfectly with that one. You've then got your Edelweiss, so something very pretty, maybe for a wedding card or an engagement, something that's very pretty. Then you've got your Marigold. This is the one we're going to use at 6 o'clock. And your Primrose is the one that we're going to use now. Plus, you're also going to get With All My Love and With All Our Love, which is fabulous. So you've got two sentiments in there. Now you can resize these, create offsets, do all of those fantastic things that we do. But you're also going to get the detailed designs that work with this artwork, okay? I actually think that on vellum, just embossed, obviously you'll flip your sentiment because you've embossed on the top of the vellum, but when you turn it over, that's the bit that you use. But I think that would look absolutely stunning. In fact, we're going to do a circle at 12 o'clock, so I might use that with that. I think that would look really pretty. So if you want all of these, now we give you them in 3 different sizes. Now we were talking about this last night. If you have a sheet of reflections with the Primrose, for example, you've got 4 on one. Now, if you've only got an A4 printer, you can make that smaller as a percentage, but you can't go much bigger. But what if you just wanted the Primrose, but that big? So if you took the Primrose into Mycraft Studio, so if you've got the Mycraft Studio designs, won't work with this, but if you've got SVGs that came with Mycraft Studio, you can take that one image in, make it the size that you want it to be, because at the bottom of your Mycraft Studio screen, it shows you the measurement for the height and the width. So you can then take that reflection cut, make it that height and width, and that's your cutting file for your Mycraft Studio designs. Brilliant, isn't it? Don't even need to turn it black for that one. So you can literally take that one flower and make it the size that you want it to be, which I think is brilliant. So if you want this, it is Shop Love $14.99. I'm just going to go through this one as well with you, because this is the one that we're going to be using in all of the shows today. And this was a digital craft drawing USB. The USB's gone this morning, but we've got it as a download, which means that 1, you don't need to pay postage, and 2, you've been crafting with this afternoon or as soon as you've checked it out, which I love. If I was sitting at home now and I didn't have that, I'd definitely be ordering that. But if I didn't have this, I would get this without a shadow of a doubt, because first of all, you're getting all of these brand new. Now we've called them card shapes, but they're nested shapes, they're frames, they're apertures, they're all of those different things. Take that one and that one, weld them together, you've got completely different shapes. Now then, think about this. Think about splitting that shape and putting a different shape in the middle, or splitting that shape and making it narrower, or splitting that shape and doing things with that as well. There's so many options when you've got shapes and patterns. And coming on to these patterns, these are brilliant. If you like paper piecing, not piercing, but piecing, these are brilliant. Because the ScanNCut is a straight blade, it literally slots back in. It's very, very clever. So you're going to get 30 of those patterns. You then got all your artwork. So the artwork that, bear with, you can see on here, or there's loads of it. So you get trains, you've got your nautical, you've got your hot air balloons, you've got something for the kids. There's loads of different ones, okay? You get that included. And then we also colour pick from that to bring you the background. So everything coordinates together. There's nothing easier than crafting with a kit that works together. Right, so that's that bit. Right, so if you want that one, it's now a download. Should have been $49.99. You're getting it for £12.50 and no waiting and no postage. Brilliant, right? So I'll be getting that one and that one because they're perfect together. Right, let's go over here and build this card, shall we? And it always makes me smile because the other month I was out at a show and I heard this lady walk past and she went, "Oh, it just cuts shapes out." I was like, "You have no idea, have you?" And just when you think you have, I take you into Canvas Workspace and turn your whole universe upside down. Right, shall we make this card? So, first of all, I have my card base here. Oh, this is this is going to be the back of my card. And this is going to be the front of my card. And I'm going all out today, aren't I? I'll tell you what. Right, so that's my card base. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to glue that to that first of all. Let's put that over there. Right, now you could use foam tape if you wanted to, which will give you a lift, and actually that would be really nice. Really, really nice, because you can then see the shadow before. In fact, Andrew, will you do me a favour?
Yeah.
We'll just nip into Creative and ask Amanda for some 3D foam tape.
Of course, we've got 9 minutes left.
Lovely. Right, perfect. So you can see now how those scallops, look how those scallops now perfectly sit inside there. If you've ever bought scallop circles or scallop squares nesting dies and you wonder why it's not a whole sheet of them, it's because the scallop doesn't nest evenly. They've made it smaller rather than creating an offset, if you like. And then what I did was made the shape smaller again, that way around, I think, Melanie, like that, and then created a frame. So did one size, one smaller, divided it, or just cut it, whichever, and that will give you that frame. Thank you, darling. So I want to glue this together properly. Did we have a giveaway, Andrew?
Oh, no.
Did we not? All right.
We will at 12.
We will at 12, and I'll give away today. I haven't got any scissors either, have I? Of course I haven't. Why are you crafter and you haven't got any scissors, Melanie? Because you didn't think you needed them. That's why. It's all right. We'll tear it. I'll give away the cards that we make in the shows today as well, and we'll do some points too. Because we like points, don't we? I love points. That's the best bit for me. The discount's great, but I love the points. Especially when you've got loads of them and you can buy something for £23.27 instead of £189. Right, I'm going to pop that on here as well. Now that is just for a little bit of stability, okay, because I don't want this side to dip. So let's do this bit first, and then we're done. We're glued up, and get rid of this. Go and have a practice as well if you've got a ScanNCut. Go and practice what I've taught you this morning. And if you get stuck, you can message us at 12 o'clock and I can show you. How about that? That's service for you, isn't it? Eh? Love that. But don't forget as well, for the Digital Craftorium, there are 5 classes on our YouTube channel, Andrew.
Yes,
5 classes. Wow. For £12.50.
I think
Gosh, I'm cheap. £2.50 a class? Need to put my prices up, I think.
They walk you through all the basics you need to be able to use the USB light to its max.
Yes. Everything I've just taught you, basically. Apart from the splitting a shape. Because I've just discovered that. It's good, isn't it? See, 9.5 years on, still thinking about new stuff. Right, even though I've got tape on, I'm going to put some wet glue on. Because I need a little bit of wiggle room. Because I like getting stuff straight, but maybe not first time. So we're going to pop that onto there, like that, and then we're going to put the frame. Look how fine that frame is. I think I did it at 3mm. How fine that is. And I'm just going to put a little bit down here. Don't need a lot of glue. This bookbinding glue is brilliant for this because it has a really fine tip. You'll find this on our website, I believe. Is that right, Sean?
Should be.
And on liveshopping.vip under the Pinflair brand. Yes, Andrew.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
After 4 years of her ScanNCut sitting in the corner of the room, glaring at her, she has fallen in love with it after starting your club.
Yes! Who said that?
Michelle.
Michelle. Oh, I know I can't hug you back giving you a virtual one. That's amazing. See that? Oh, I've gone goosebumpy. That's why we do what we do, right? I love that. Well done, you. Oh, I'm really proud. Oh, that's proper made my day, that. Thank you for sharing that, because we sit here and we work a lot of hours and we're like, I know we all know you appreciate that, absolutely, but sometimes it's just, that's lovely. Honestly, I'm so pleased for you, because you're going to absolutely love it, and keep watching the shows, because every time I discover something new, that's my most exciting bit. I love it because I can come and share something new with you guys. Right, so we're going to use the primrose, and I'm going to pop this. So I've got one there. This is from the Reflections, okay? We'll do Reflections again later on as well for those of you that don't know, because not everybody knows what a reflection is and how it works. Once upon a time, neither did we, right? So I'm just putting a little bit of shape into here, just using my fingers. And what I've done is just use that little aperture down there, just to tuck that in. And then I'll use that one to tuck that behind, so we're not looking at these stems that are sticking out. And all I'm going to do is literally put a tiny amount of glue and just press that in place. I don't need any more than that, because I'm going to put my decoupage layers on. And then if I feel that it needs a bit more after that, I can. All right, so I'm just going to pop that into there. So I'm going into that little aperture there and just making that stand up like this. Now I'm going to put my decoupage on first. I am just going to stick that down a little bit onto there first, like that. And then I'll put that just down a little bit. So get it positioned first where you want it, and then you can add the extra glue after. But look how pretty it looks just with that pattern inside that card. This is our posh card that we sold you a few weeks ago. We're desperately trying to get some different ones for you, but it's a bit short at the moment because those prices are going through the roof. Now, when I'm doing a stem, I'll always put flat glue on there first, okay? And I'll tuck that in and I'll get my leaves lined up perfectly, all right? Because that's the bit. If your leaves fall in place, everything else will follow. Then I'm going to take my pin flare glue gel. Good grief, running out of time. Where did that go? I don't know where these hours go. That one in there, like that. And then I don't think I need my other one actually. I'm just going to decoupage the bottom one. So we're going to use this flower, which coordinates with that one. Get it at the right angle, it does, Melanie. There you go, like that. And I'd build that up. But then I took Anniversary that's inside the machine's memory. It's not in all of them, but it is in the SDXs. So you choose your own design, and that is just going to go on there like so. And then I'd stick all that together. Quite like it with that drop shadow, and I quite like it quite wide as well because it reflects the width here. That's nice. And then you've got your Anniversary, and I love doing sentiments vertically. I think it makes it look a little bit different. I'd then take something like Shake and Gilt, probably the pearl one or the gold one, and just give it a quick spritz, and that will add a little bit of sparkle to there. But from one shape and one pattern, we've created the whole card, the card base, the mats and layers, the pattern, or the aperture for the pattern to go into from this one shape, and then one pattern from your digital Craftorium download. If you haven't got a ScanNCut yet, seriously consider that Disney option because it's fabulous. When we come back at 12, I'll talk you through what you get with the SDX 1200, but that Disney machine with the calligraphy starter kit. Now, if you're in tier 1, so the way our club works is tier 1, you get 5% discount. Then you spend X amount, you go up to tier 2, where you get 10% discount. I always work the maths out on 5%, but if you're in a higher tier, you'll pay even less than that, and it brings it under £500 by the time you've knocked off your 5%, put your points back on. So we take that as a credit as well, under £500 for a Disney SDX 2240D, that is £777.77 on Brothers website right now. Okay, so go and have a look, make your decision, but that Disney machine with the calligraphy starter is blinking brilliant at that price, let me tell you. Right, now then, coming up next, we've got David with resin. He's got a brand new mould, a heart that hangs in the heart. It's lovely, it's really pretty. And then I will be back. We've got loads of shows today, all good stuff. And I will be back with you at 12 o'clock. I'm going to go and see if we can get some more of those pens now, because you loved those, and I'm not surprised because that was a cracking deal. Don't forget, we've got the gel pens on for you as well, 48 of them for $29.99. And Amanda came in this morning and went, so are these any good then? I went, well, of course they are. They're on my ScanNCut show. She tried one. She went, oh, they're smooth. I was like, yes, they are, Amanda. Brilliant. Right, I will see you at 12. I'm going to go and prep the rest of the shows now. See you soon. Bye.